I do want to apologize for not finishing off the previous season, but things pretty much got in the way. There was all kinds of stuff going on, so I couldn't finish it. But I am gonna try to combine formats I've done before into a quicker video that should be shorter. Hopefully this works out for the duration of the season this time. And I also got some changes coming up along the way. So, the new rule for tiebreakers, well, just ties in general, every game that is predicted to end in a tie is going to go into a best of 7 coin flip with heads being the road team and tails being the home team. If the coin wins but I get it wrong, that counts as a coin loss. Think like a hockey team losing in overtime. If neither me or the coin win, then it'll just be a normal loss. To accommodate for this, a point system will be added. And this is pretty much like hockey. 2 points for each win, 1 point for losing to the coin, and 0 points for just a plain old loss. So let's say there's 16 games this first week, and I get 12 of them right. 3 of them end up being a loss, and the predicted tie ends up being a coin win. That accumulates a 12, 3-1 record and 25 points. I'll be keeping track of both of these as time goes on throughout the season. Now let's begin the predictions with. Oh god. You guys seriously traded Micah Parsons to the Packers before the start of the season? Man, talk about timing, because now you gotta turn around and play the Eagles on Thursday Night Football since they're the defending champs. And guess what? It's just got a whole lot more funny, as I can't wait to see how well the defense implodes against a defending champ that, as long as Sirianni doesn't get in the way, is gonna dominate. Jeez, what poor timing indeed. What poor timing. It's not like you're gonna be winning anything else aside from maybe a tank bowl. Oh, right. That's right. You just got a first round draft pick from the Packers, and that's probably not even going to be an early first. That's probably going to lose value. Have fun, Dallas. Of all the games they could have slated to be a Brazil game, they once again had to put it at week 1 of the season, and they had to make it Chiefs. Wonderful. I can't believe they decided to put Chiefs Chargers in Brazil. This means that the Chiefs are gonna win the game, isn't it? Dang it. And even worse, that whole thing about the engagement thing's been going all over the news. I'm getting tired of hearing about all this, but I'm sadly gonna have to put up with it some more, because this team won't stop getting bailed out. Seriously, I haven't seen a team this bad in a long time. Somebody please beat the Chiefs for once. Please. Welcome back to another season of NFC South football. In this beginning period, we only got the Buccaneers heading down to Atlanta for the Falcons. I wonder who's gonna emerge, the Joker, or is it gonna be Todd Bowles out of his own incompetence? It's gonna be mediocre, it's gonna be sloppy, and it's going to end one way or another. It's going to all fall apart for somebody. That's right, everybody. Here we go again. This time around, mediocrity is gonna favor the Falcons. Hooray! See you guys next time, where we can embrace the mediocrity. Continuing on with the rest of the slated games. That definitely rolls off the tongue. We got Bengals versus Browns coming out of the gate. And for whatever reason, the Bengals seem to lose in their early games for some reason. Do I think they're going to lose to the Browns? Well, there's a chance that they can, but they do have the better roster overall. So I am going to take the Bengals here in this particular contest. And next we got Dolphins versus Colts. Well, the Colts don't have a good QB. They're starting Danny Derps. Yeah, have fun settling that one. It's definitely going to be a Dolphins win in September, not January. It's September. They tend to do pretty well at the start of seasons. And then we get Panthers Jags right off the gate in week 1. Man, we got a battle of suckage here. Who do I trust more, the home field advantage or Dave Canales? Well, it depends on how well the Jags are going to do, and I guess I'll go with Jags in this one. I guess. Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be tough to be a fan for either team. And we get Raiders, Patriots. Honestly, as decent of a coach as Pete Carroll is, his offensive coordinator is Chip Kelly, and Geno Smith can only do so much. I'm not sold on the Raiders. I'm not sold on the Patriots either, but at least Vrabel might be able to do something in this game in New England. So I'll take the Patriots for this. And then it's Cardinals Saints. Woof. The Saints. Man, these quarterbacks. I don't even think that Kellen Moore is going to be able to do much with either quarterback, if any at all. And their roster is old. They still have some old guys there. I am going to have to take the Cardinals getting off to an explosive start yet again. Then we got Patriots. No, not Patriots. I could have assumed it was Patriots, but it's Steelers versus Jets. Aaron Rodgers right off the gate going up against his former team. How convenient. No, Aaron Rodgers, you're washed. You're all washed. You beat that fell the moment you said you were immunized. Way to go, man. You completely ruined your career at that point. You'll probably still in again Hall of Fame, which, ew. Jets aren't that much better either. Because it's the Steelers and they tend to play down the competition, like always, and a whole bunch of other reasons, I have this game ending in a tie, which means we need to go to the coin flip to see what it says. So here's how this coin flip thing works. I found this website that'll let me randomly flip 7 at a time. Whoever has the majority out of 7 is gonna end up being who the coin picks as the winner. This would be considered more like the tiebreaker, so to speak. Let's see here. And we have 4 tails versus 3 heads. Dear God, the coin flip says the Jets. I can't believe that they're going with the Jets. Yet it's also such a Steeler thing to lose to the Jets, especially this early. It's the Steeler way, everybody. We gotta lose to a random team. Why not? Welcome back to the NFL, Russell Wilson. The first task is to go on the road against the Commanders, who are coming off of a deep playoff run. No, Russ, this ain't gonna be a good game for you. It's gonna be quite the opposite. You're gonna imitate QBs of Giants past, and you're gonna end up losing to Washington because why not? It's the derp. And we get Titans Broncos. Okay, so we get the debut of Cam Ward. Question is whether he's going to be a good QB in Tennessee or not. That's going to be answered as the season progresses, and it's going to be answered the longer he stays in Tennessee. But first, his first test is against Sean Payton and the Broncos. Will Bo Nix have a sophomore slump? Who knows? Will the defense continue to be good? Who knows? But in this case, I think the Broncos are the better team overall, especially with coach. Callahan is not that good of a coach. I'll say it. It's not that good of a coach. Then we get Titans Seahawks. Now, this is going to be a test for Sam Darnold, and a test as to whether or not the 49ers can stay healthy. Is there going to be a home field advantage for Seattle? I don't even know. It's hard to tell with how they play. They'll probably give their fans heart attacks and randomly lose at the last possible moment to the 49ers because it's the Seahawks. Whoop-de-doo, boys. You managed to live another day. Now you better hope everybody else stays healthy. And then we get Lions Packers. This is going to be a good game, and this is where Micah Parsons is going to make his debut. Funny enough. Imagine making your debut against the Lions. It's definitely going to feast on Jared Goff, that's for sure. And much like in the past, Green Bay is going to get one over the older brother. Well, younger brother, that is. The rivalry continues on like normal. Packers beat Lions, and Lions won't get the sweep. You'd wish they get the sweep, but they won't. And then we get Texans versus Rams to close out a good chunk of the Sunday slate. Well, most of the Sunday slate, that is. And to be honest, it's hard to tell with these two teams. Stafford is most likely on his final season before he has to retire for good. Is he still good? Yeah, but he's also not getting any younger. Texans are looking to hopefully finally make it past the second round for the first time in their history, their young history. Will it happen? I don't know. But at least for this game, this is going to be iffy for the Texans. As long as the rest of the team shows up, I think the Texans will beat the Rams week 1 to start things off. Congratulations to the Ravens and Bills for once again meeting up in what could be a potential playoff match. Yeah, these two could face off in the playoffs, whether it be in divisional, wild card, or AFC championship. It's hard to say. But these two are pretty much going to be playoff teams. And they're both very angry that they couldn't win it all. And they want their time to be now. Who gets the first strike? Well, do we go with Lamar Jackson or do we go with Josh Allen? I think the Bills are going to be the one that draw first blood here. They are going to win in a very, 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 very close game. And I mean close. This is the kind of game you would put on Sunday Night Football, and it shows. The Bills will come out on top, but not in a dominant showing. It'll be close. It'll be good old grinding out football. And both are going to probably be MVP candidates by the end of the year. And we close out week 1 with Monday Night Football with the Vikings and the Bears. We're seriously giving the Bears a primetime slot in week 1 when they haven't proven anything yet. Well, somebody has to get a primetime slot, I guess. I would much rather have someone else have it. Maybe Packers, Lions. Whatever. But we do have to put up with these two teams. And no, Bears. I don't think you're gonna be that good this year. Give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings to actually win the first game of the season, and it'll all be all sunshines and rainbows. Sunshines and rainbows everywhere! Hooray! And there you have it. Those are my week 1 predictions for this new 2025 NFL season. And as you can see, we got some admittedly wonky stuff going on here. Obviously, all the teams that are shown as being 1-0, based on my predictions, are shown to make the playoffs. So what's interesting here is the fact that I have 0-1 for the Steelers and Jets, and they're just outside of a playoff spot. But again, this is week 1. There's bound to be surprises. There's bound to be who knows how many upsets early on. For all I know, we could end up seeing a case where the flippin' Jets end up making the playoffs of all teams. Or, shoot, we could even see the Chargers pull off a surprise upset and finally beat the Chiefs at something. For the think it's been a long time since they've beaten the Chiefs at anything without them having to rest starters. But that's the nature of the sport, and it's good to have it back. Maybe it'll actually make it through the year, unlike a certain someone. I think you know who I mean. Because Lordy knows, those things have gone to crap. At least some things have remained consistent. At least none of these teams have to go through the DeBoer experience. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in, and until next time, travel safely.